Hey there, this is Derek from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan, and we're looking at a 1997 Toyota Dyna four-wheel drive, high-speed manual, official fire truck. That's right, this one here was bought from auction here in Japan for export over to the USA under the 25-year rule. 4,400 original kilometers. That's like 2,800 miles on a 25-year-old vehicle. That's because it is a real fire truck, and you can expect this one was living in an area that people were very safe with their fire safety. So in this video, we're just going to take a look at the condition of the car and compare it to the vehicle's auction inspection sheet. So to start off with, let's go over that. This is the report from the auction, and I'll translate this from Japanese into English for you. So it's a 97 Dyna fire truck, and Dyna is a Toyota. I know you can't see it, but sometimes you'll get a Toyota badge here. But Toyota Dyna, auction grade 4 with an interior grade B and an exterior grade C. It's a four-wheel drive with a 2.8 liter engine. This is called the 3L engine, which is a naturally aspirated 2.8 liter engine. Doesn't put out a lot of power, puts out an okay amount of torque. It's not going to be a fast vehicle, but it certainly is a cool one. It's officially registered as an 8-seater, and so that's 5 seats inside and actually 2 seats in the back. Has a main switch for the battery, so you can turn the battery, disconnect or reconnect it. And then four-wheel drive with high gear ratio and low gear ratio. So if you're going to be doing any climbing, you can do it in this. These fire trucks, very cool. They're all very low mileage. Almost all of them are under 15,000 kilometers. They are a double cab. And you sit on top of the engine. Of course, there's a firewall there, but you sit on top of the engine, so you sit up nice and high. And it really has quite the road presence outside of Japan. In Japan, too. I would think it has a pretty good road presence. People might get out of the way if you turn the sirens on. This one has had the lights on the top removed. If you want to get one with lights, there are several of them that are available. But I think the person who bought this one is going to be pretty happy with it. It is in really good condition, even as far as these fire trucks go. So it says interior is dirty. Headliner is saggy in one section, has winter tires on it. Company sign marks. They say company sign marks. They mean fire hall marks that have been taped over here. So underneath that, we'll have white vinyl stickers to say which area that this fire truck serves or used to serve. Underside and frame has been painted. That's all done from the builder right from the time. So the way it works is Toyota makes the truck and then hands it off to another company who builds all the fire equipment and everything and the electronics and whatnot. That builder also repaints these from white into red and puts on the firefighters' typical decals. Just like, you know, Japanese police cars have the white and black two-tone. The fire trucks are the same. They're red, and they have, in this case, hand-painted decals on them. And so people need to know there's a fire truck coming. I guess that's how they do it. And painting the underside is part of the building of the fire truck. So various scratches and dents, and the equipment has been removed. So like pickaxes and ladders and stuff like that. Okay, it says roof A3 and an A2 here. These are large scratches on the roof and medium scratches over here. There's also a dented section here and a little bit of corrosion on the back step. Those things not marked on the auction inspection sheet, but I'll get to those in a sec. So we'll start here with a once around. You'll be able to see the vehicle from all different angles. I'd say that the vehicle's not that big. It is tall, but it's fairly narrow and fairly short, especially compared to fire trucks that are in the country, like the USA fire trucks. Oh my God, I just came back from vacation in Canada and I went to the USA. Fire trucks and ambulances there are huge, and they drive so fast compared to Japanese ones too. So you can expect a fire truck. You know, it's a vehicle that has to be relied on by the firefighters and the people who have the houses that are burning down. And so they tend to be kept in pretty good state of repair. I think that regular maintenance gets done on them. They park inside. And, you know, they are made out of a Toyota truck that is known to be extremely reliable as well. So this has many, many, many more kilometers that it can go and drive. So it usually has a firefighter's badge here. They've taken it out but left the bolts. You can put whatever you want there, I guess. You could probably get a firefighter's badge off of eBay or like a company like Bai that buys from Japanese version of eBay. Okay, so damages, let's take a look. There are a few minor chips here. This is where the worker boots may have chipped as you're entering or exiting the vehicle. The one on the other side is quite a bit worse, and I'll show you that. There's maybe a little bit of a weird looking finish right there, like the paint has faded a bit. A few minor scratches here, a few minor scratches in this area. It has these boxes, and it's a little hard to do that because you need to open both of these at the same time, so I can't do it while holding the camera, so just let me put this down for a sec. And so it's a pretty nice looking box. You could of course put a lock on there if you needed to. You can store a good amount of stuff in there. It'd be cool to buy groceries in this and, you know, put your groceries in here. There's probably firefighting equipment that went in there. I don't really know. But the inside of the box has a number of chips because whatever was in here was rattling around. Same thing goes with the backside of the door here. And so there's this. There's also a similar type opening on the other side. It's pretty much the exact same as this, so I'm not going to open it because you already kind of know how that goes. Okay, as we continue down, this area here has a number of scratches and chips and a few minor ones in and around this area here. Okay, this is an actual fire hose. Here in Japan, the fire hydrants aren't pressurized, and so the way it works is you hook that up to a water pump that usually goes here. The water pump's been removed, and then this hose here might be also used along with the water pump in order to suck out from a pond or a pool that you might have nearby. And so you'll see that sometimes they'll have a little strainer on one side, and yeah, one of them will be the hookup, one of them will go to another device that goes to the nozzles. And usually there would be nozzles on here, but they have been removed as well. Speaking of the 8 seats, there is a flip down seat right here. I can't show you because there is a hose in the way and it's tied up and I don't want to untie it. But this flips down and that's your other 2 seats. I'm pretty sure it's not legal to be driving around with people in the back. There are no seat belts with it, but it is registered as an 8-seater as a result of that. There's this. This is some equipment that stayed. I don't know what it is because you'd have to take it out, but it looks like there's a frame with a waxed vinyl or a rubberized vinyl on it. So some sort of a waterproof tarping like material. You get a lamp up there. You get another one up there. And might as well climb up here to show you. Here's the roof. They said A3, but I don't really see anything that looks A3-like on the roof. And I got some pictures from the front as well, or a picture from the front. And the cool little roof carrier that's not quite on the roof. But I love these. I don't know why. I don't even know what I'm going to store in here, but I feel like I want to pile stuff in here and then drive somewhere. So, a lot of guys don't really grow up. They just buy more expensive toys. You get a little place to put your things. It goes in there a bit. And then, yep, that other box there. These are fuel can sized, and these 2 are actually fuel can backpacks. And so these straps are your shoulder straps, and then they fit on your back like a backpack. You can carry a fuel can somewhere. Okay, down here we've got a dent. I would consider this like a U2 dent and wasn't marked on the auction sheet. They did say A2 on this side, and I don't really see it unless you count the chips that are right here. And yeah, there are a lot of chips on this door, more so if you open it. Okay, I'll give you a quick look at the underside. It's they're pretty much always immaculate, as you can see. And I checked the engine oil and the coolant, and both of those looked pretty much okay. So going to the interior now. So there's a bench here. It's attached to the wall because for whatever reason the spare tire is just sitting here on the floor. Usually the spare tire would be attached up here on that chain, but for some reason it's not. And actually you look underneath here, just notice this. There's a little bit of corrosion on this bracket piece here. Like you can see the paint bubbling up a little bit. Not the worst, and definitely savable. Polish it or grind the rust off, repaint if you want to. You can see some surface rust on the top of that as well. And oh, I did mean to mention this. Put some corrosion there, And there's some up here. Right there. And here. A lot of people buying these are going to rip all of this firefighting equipment off the back and then just keep it as a flatbed or put whatever bed that you want on the back. And that makes sense. Then you can get a cool double cab fire truck. It's no longer actually a fire truck. And yeah, this is 3 seats. And if you flip them up like this, you get lots of cargo area. So if you're going to be using this as a hunting vehicle, plenty of space in here for whatever equipment you want, plus whatever you have in the back. It's remarkable. Saggy headliner. It's a thing on pretty much all of these. It is a simple, it's just a rolled up fabric that they glued onto the roof and the glue has failed. You can put whatever fabric that you want up there and glue it on, or you can re-glue this one on, potentially. Hooks for your firefighter uniforms, I suppose, or maybe your hats. And then there's a protective plastic that goes over this section, but the plastic has gotten damaged. The actual surface looks to be fairly okay. Okay, into the front. Excuse me. Okay, crank style windows, so no power windows, and this is the thing, no power windows, no AC in these trucks. Okay. You'll find the odd one that does have AC, it's very uncommon. And unfortunately, the Land Cruiser ones, and yeah, they did make them out of the 70 series Land Cruiser, they don't even have power steering. It's unfortunate, because otherwise they're really cool. Okay. So your typical 3 pedals. Don't forget this is a 5-speed manual. So getting a truck that's a 5-speed manual is something that a lot of people want. This is your chance to get one. There you can see that really low mileage. The dashboard is fairly simple, but it has some added pieces on it. So this one here looks like it's a radio of some kind. And then here's controls for like siren and mega speaker and lights and whatnot. I don't think any of that is actually going to work. You have a little loudspeaker. You could probably get it to work, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know what it would involve. Like, I think if you just pick this up and then press the button, you're not actually going to be able to say anything. Okay, you get some extra floor mats down there and right there. All right, and I don't think there's much else that we need to talk about on this one. These fire trucks are all fairly similar to one another. And if you've seen one of them on the channel, you've probably seen pretty much all of them until you get into the bigger boys. This one here is bigger than the High Ace, but I would still consider it a medium boy. Okay, so that's all for this one. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.